I've received a referral today for an older lady from her daughter who says she's been bouncing in and out of hospital after a stroke. She's had a few falls and her daughter said that she's finding it hard to look after herself. She doesn't want to rely on her husband and can get quite upset about things, so I suspect it's now time to look for some care for her to try to prevent her from any more admissions into hospital. I need to find out exactly what's going on about her falls.
I've lived in this area for most of my life. In this house for over 40 years with my husband Joe. It's where we brought up our 3 children, and they went to the local primary school where I was a school teacher before I retired. I used to love walking around the town and seeing all the faces that I recognised from school and see them grow up and have their own families. I've certainly kept myself busy since I retired. I have friends that I used to meet up with and go for walks. I had to stop all that when I had my stroke, and I never really got back into it. I don't suppose I'd be much use now, not since I'm in and out of hospital all the time. I'm very house proud. It doesn't feel like my home anymore, and I certainly don't ask people round like I used to. And I don't like to ask for help. My children live such busy lives and they've got their own families to worry about. It's your worst fear that you'll become a burden to your family. And so we muddle on.
Hello, Magda.
Hello, come on.
Thank
Come
you. So Magda, we spoke on the phone earlier with regard to your daughter. She gave us a call because she's been really worried about you lately and concerned that you're not coping as well as you'd like.
That's true.
You know, I thought I'd pop in, you know, so we could have a chat and you can tell me exactly, you know, how it's been for you. And maybe we can sort something out together so we can get you back on track.
That sounds good.
I noticed when I came in that you've got some beautiful family photos there. Have you lived here long?
Yes, I've lived here for over 40 years.
Wow. So did your children go to the local school?
Yes, they do. They did, I should say.
Oh, well, fantastic. You must know a lot of people around here then.
That's true.
I spent a couple of hours with Magda. The stroke really has had an impact on her life. She seemed to have lost her confidence and stopped going out. She has lost contact with a lot of people and getting increasingly upset about her situation. She's a lot more independent than her daughter had implied on the referral, and between her and her husband, you know, they're coping with the basics. They cook, clean and do a bit of shopping. But Magda talked about her growing sense of feeling useless. She doesn't want to rely on Joe, and she's worried that he may be overstretching himself too. She was such an active lady with huge passion for her local community and an absolute wealth of knowledge. She didn't feel like she had the confidence to pick up things after her stroke, and not knowing if she might fall over or end up in hospital again seemed to be adding to the stress and strains she was feeling. It's obviously a priority to keep Magda out of hospital, but what we both agreed is that Magda needs to feel needed again. We've discussed quite a few options. I've encouraged Magda to speak to her GP again since her falls. He did suggest that she have some physiotherapy to help with her balance and mobility. So Magda is going to do this and hope that it can help. She's going to have a chat with Joe about the cleaning, and I did mention about the cleaning services Age UK offer and the cost of this service, and she said that Joe would consider this. They're going to carry on doing the shopping at the local co-op, but she's going to ask her daughter to do a monthly big shop online for the things it's hard for them to carry. I explained how simple this was, and we talked about how it was likely her daughter would like to be able to offer this practical help, as she lives in Yorkshire and can't pop in as often as she'd like. What really struck me about Magda is her need to feel like she was doing something constructive. So we talked about her getting out and about into the local community.
I was feeling really sceptical when my daughter suggested social services, but at the time I was feeling really down, so I agreed to it. Kate was interested in me, and we talked for a long time about how my life used to be and how it's turning out now. But she asked me a lot of questions about things that were really important to me. And then we looked at some photographs. I honestly thought that someone would turn up with a clipboard and ship me into the local care home. She seemed to think that things that would give me a sense of purpose would be far better for my health than any care home or carer. And I agree with her. I think that with a little bit of help, I can start taking steps towards getting back on my feet, as it were. But when I told her that I used to teach my neighbour's mum when she was at school, she suggested that I talk to her. Oh, we often get flyers through the door about getting help for, or giving help for the local fetes and all the various charity events that schools seem to do nowadays. I signed up to make a cake for the next fete and hopefully to do a turn on the store. I think I was only focused on the things that were wrong in my life. And Kate helped me to realise that I still had a lot to offer.